Hey, what's up everybody? ForneverWorld here today to do my review of Bleach chapter 471. And this chapter was a little bit different, so I'm going to kind of do this review a little bit different. It was basically a flashback on some of the Fullbringers past, so I'm going to kind of go through each Fullbringers past that was shown, talk about it a little bit, and give my kind of thoughts on it and what I thought, and then I'll get to the rest of the chapter at the end and talk about that stuff. Alright, so I guess we'll start off with Ruruka. Her past was basically that she got those powers, to put people in the room, and she liked this boy, and she basically locked him inside of that dollhouse. And as days went by, she started to notice that his eyes, he looked very depressed, and he was starting to see her as creepy and crazy and stuff. And after a while, she just let him go. And I think she said she didn't even have thoughts of killing him or anything. She just let him go. And first of all, if she let him go when he had went to the cops, maybe got her arrested or something, I don't really know. But I gotta say that for the most part, before I even go to the rest of the Fullbrings, it seems as though the Fullbrings are kind of like mostly social rejects or society. They're just outcast from society really bad to the point where they became a little bit crazy. Some of them are even shut-ins and recluses. But with Ruruka's in particularly, she just seems like she's a little bit, off her rocker. But I think that for the most part, she's gonna eventually get some redemption, and she's not gonna be evil overall. I think we all kind of see it that little by little, her character, she might go to the good guy's side. But her past was okay. It wasn't the greatest, but it was definitely wasn't the worst out of the four Fullbringers that we saw. Another one of the Fullbringers that we saw was, I believe it was the butler-looking guy with the eye patch. I kind of thought at first it was Tsukishima, and there was the art style was hard to differentiate between because it was a younger version. I only thought it was the Alfred guy when I saw that his eye got burned. Basically, his dad died when he was young, and he left him behind this watch, and he actually said there's no God, all there is this watch. And the watch kind of gave him powers that basically he could kill someone without even touching them, and he kills his wife. And again, another creepy one, to be honest with you. Out of all the Fullbringers, I think he was the most creepiest. He just killed his wife and didn't really think nothing of it. And they seem like kind of lost souls in a way, and a little bit, I don't know, just weird. The Fullbringers overall, especially the four that we saw in this particular chapter, their past and such, they're just really weird and such. And with this particular past for the butler guy, I thought he was just like kind of creepy and crazy, just like Ruruka. One of the next ones that I'm going to talk about is Dirty Boots herself, and out of the four, I think her past was kind of the most stupid, to be honest with you. I didn't really enjoy it. He's pushing the Dirty Boots thing way too much, and how much these boots mean to her, and I think it's just kind of lame, the whole boots angle, to be honest with you. Her past wasn't really the greatest at all. I wasn't really even feeling it, to be honest with you. Basically, she got those boots for her birthday. They were stolen, but she didn't care anyways. And one day she comes home, her family's slaughtered, and her brother's blood gets on her boots and such. And I don't know, the boots thing just threw it off completely. I didn't care about her past because of those boots. I'm tired of, the dirty boots angle. It was funny at one point, now it's just kind of sad, and I didn't really like her past at all, to be honest with you. Out of the four Fullbringers, hers was definitely the worst, and it wasn't like anything to feel, like you kind of feel bad, I guess, for what happened, but the dirty boots thing just throws it all off, and you don't really care about it. And the final past, out of the four of them, let's see, we had Ruruka, we had Dirty Boots, we had the Butler, and it's Yukio. Basically, he was a recluse, hikikomori, which is basically a recluse. He didn't really talk to his parents. They would hear him talking to himself, and he was basically talking to his parents inside of his video games that he created. I believe he already had the power at a particular point. Like, you would see his parents, like, disintegrating from the game, and his father would say, "Why you don't talk to us? Why are you talking to yourself?" And I guess you kind of feel bad for him a little bit. You see, like, he's a recluse, but out of the four of them, I'd say definitely his was the most, dare I say it, like, you kind of feel bad for him out of the four of them. Out of the four of them, I'd say like this. Dirty Boots was the worst, didn't care for it. Ruruka, she's kind of like just a crazy little girl, weird, but there'll be redemption for her. The butler guy was just like creepy, straight up creepy, weird, and had this old feudal times weird feel to him. And Yukio, you just kind of feel bad for him. He's like a little kid that got caught all up in it. And I want to throw this out there as well, that this arc, I've said this numerous occasions, and I guess I gotta keep saying it just to make myself feel better. This is very chapter blackish from Yu Yu Hakusho. There's no denying it, and it's almost to the point where it's borderline plagiarism with a lot of this stuff, to be honest with you. And I hate to harp on it, but I gotta harp on it because there's too much to the point where it's like, especially the panel. There's a panel where Genjo is like, yeah, we're gonna get retribution on them. Genjo saved them, very similar to the character Sensui. And if you've seen Yu Yu Hakusho, let me know what you think of this. And if you want me to make a full out, thorough discussion on this, my thoughts on, the too many similarities of this arc with the Chapter Black arc of Yu Yu Hakusho, let me know, and I'll definitely give it a shot, because I'm seeing a lot of similarities. And at first I was like, he was inspired. We saw, Yukio similar to Game Master, but like as time goes on, all the Fullbringers, they're rejects from society, like the Chapter Black people. They, hate society for what they've done to them. Then you got Genjo save them. What's next? Is Tsukishima gonna be, because there was a character, I believe his name was Mr. Ki, something like that, and he was like Sensui's right-hand man, similar to Genjo with Tsukishima. Is Tsukishima gonna be gay for him like the other one was? I'm not sure, but if you want to hear my further thoughts on that, let me know, and I'll definitely shoot a video at it. And but overall, the chapter, the flashbacks, some of them were interesting. The second half and the final parts of the chapter with Ruruka and Rukia fighting, I didn't really care for. I've been saying it for a while now. The fight just isn't there for me because of Ruruka's powers, and I wanted to see Rukia kick butt her first time back, to be honest with you, and she's not kicking butt. I kind of feel like Kubo's not giving her light. I know that he's trying to give redemption for Ruruka. She's going to become, I think, on the good side eventually, but I just wanted to see Rukia come back and kick butt, But overall, chapter wasn't the greatest. It was kind of meh at this particular point because there was some interesting, I guess, or creepy past, but the Ruruka and Rukia fight wasn't good. Hated Dirty Boots. I think it's very corny and cheesy. But let me know what you thought of it. Did you enjoy it? Did you think the past were all good? Do you agree about the Dirty Boots thing, or do you disagree? And what are your thoughts on this whole thing with the comparisons between Chapter Black from Yu Yu Hakusho and the stuff that's going on in Bleach? And if you want to see a video, post it on the comment section below, or your overall thoughts on the chapter in the comment section below, or if you want to give me a video response, that'd be awesome as well. But that's all I have for you guys today. I'm ForneverWorld. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and have an awesome day, people.